Hello everyone, I'm Wendall Jones and welcome to this edition of the program, The Platform. We examine the national issues of our country on this program, and we are so delighted today to be speaking about something that most Bahamians would be interested in. For 13 years, the Bahamas International Film Festival has been taking place in our country, and today on our program we are so pleased to have the founder and executive director of the Bahamas International Film Festival, Leslie Vanderpool, who has been doing an excellent job. And she says the Bahamas is an excellent place to make things happen. Indeed, it's an excellent place to make films, we hope. So we are so pleased to have Leslie Vanderpool on our program today. And she is here along with Bianca Nygard. For the last several months, I've been working with Bianca, and she has been bringing a whole lot of interesting guests for this program. And so, Vanderpool Wallace, I beg your pardon, Leslie Vanderpool, nice to have you here today. And Bianca, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. It's nice to be around friends.
How are you doing?
Really well. I'm excited. Our festival starts on Monday
Yes.
in Harbor Island from the 5th to the 8th.
Yes.
And we have about 40 filmmakers coming in Harbor Island.
So why Harbor Island?
Because that is where we concentrate on the screenwriting residency program. We have about 5 industry professionals that are going to be nurturing 6 writers that have been selected into the program. And a success story out of that program, you would recall Rain, directed by Maria Govan. We helped that script be nurtured, and the mentor in the program loved this script so much, told her to do rewrites. She had about 10 rewrites, and then she went on to raise $1 million, and the Rain was made. And we incubate projects like that throughout the film festival. It's not just about showing films, but the really special moment of this year, in 2008, Screen Residency Program, Claire Ains, who's from Trinidad, she won $5,000 at our program. And her film this year, Bazodi, with Michelle Montano, is our closing night film. So you can imagine the time of a script being completed takes about 5 to 7 years, And so we're really proud to have this program, and we want to make sure that there's a concentration, and why not do it in the 10 best island in the Caribbean, Harbor Island.
I believe it's #1 in the Caribbean. But Bianca, you, Nygard Key and Peter Nygard has been associated, I believe, in some way, shape, or form with Bahamas International Film Festival.
Yes, well, I was just trying to think of what kind of program to have on the show. And when I think about it, what's amazing about my father is that any main event, he actually at some point has been a part of it. So I was saying to myself, well, there's the Bahamas International Film Festival coming up. And 13 years ago, Leslie and I were sitting down at a coffee shop, and she had this dream and this plan, but she didn't have anything, And it's so wonderful. It's an inspirational story of how far that Leslie has taken this now, and because it's brought so much to the Bahamas, because she's been in international magazines. It's brought all kinds of celebrities, but we can talk about that later. One thing that's great about my father is that he can see where somebody has this dream and desire, and he'll help to support those efforts, and he's done the same in his life. So right away in the beginning, when Leslie went to him, then he sponsored it, and they had a viewing there and awards at Nygard Key, and it was a real successful event. And then he went on later to contribute more and sponsor it a couple of years later, right?
We had a few fundraisers where we had Zoe Saldana come down with her film Haven with Orlando Bloom and Anthony Mackie. And then the filmmaker retreat, where we have all the filmmakers congregate and have fun and celebrate cinema. And your father was also on the board as well.
And then served on the board. But the Bahamas, like Leslie was saying, is such a nice place to make things happen if it gets the support. But as far as the creative ability, a lot of people are so inspired by coming here, and they can relax and look at this wonderful environment and really succeed in it when they're able to, and they get the support. So I'm happy to say that my dad was a part of that, and Nygard Key was a part of the beginning of this.
Because of you, thank you very much.
Thanks.
And the festival always honors and highlights the beauty of the Bahamas, whether it's a venue, whether it's an island, whether it's talent. And that's something that we have to keep in mind, to keep nurturing the talent through scripts, through acting, through sponsorship, through companies, through your organization. I envision Jones Communication becoming much larger, and also providing platforms for filmmakers to actually come and learn, and best place to be is on set.
Absolutely. To tell me how, and for those people who have not heard about it, because there are some people who, no matter what, they live in a bubble sometimes.
Right.
How did the Bahamas International Film Festival get going? Talk about day one.
In my bedroom, my office, I actually was living in New York. I was an actress, and I came down after 9/11, the day after, like a few days after 9/11, to learn my lines for a play that I was going to be in New York. And while I was learning the lines, I said, gosh, what could I give back to the country? Because I already had been in a lot of commercials and plays and this. I said, how do I contribute to the Bahamas? And it turned into the film festival. And actually, when I was 15, my uncle from the American side, he was the African American Studies and film professor in Berkeley, but he also was the artistic director of the San Francisco Film Festival in the 70s. So he planted that seed in my head. And I said, no, there's no way I'm going to come home and start a film festival. But then we met at the Cannes Film Festival in 1998, in May 1998. And then in October 1998, in May when we saw each other, we discussed having a film festival. And in October, he passed away a few hours before he was to give a tribute to Pam Grier. And that was his claim to fame. He would tribute people at the San Francisco Film Festival like Elizabeth Taylor, Dick Clark, Rita Hayworth. And so he is this huge icon that is respected in the journalism part of the film industry. He went to Cannes for 35 years as a journalist and documented so many. He actually discovered Melvin Van Peebles. And Melvin refers to him as this cat. This cat, my Uncle Al, programmed his first film at the San Francisco Film Festival. And so all of this synergy and relationships, and there's reasons for things in life. And I consider that the hard work that was put into the film festival, the planning, the stages, the people that came together to help this make this happen, it was needed. And we have a wonderful backdrop, just like the Cannes Film Festival has. We have attracted a lot of productions, Bond, Casino Royale, Into the Blue, After the Sunset, even from the 60s, even from the 30s. People came here to take pictures and make film. And unfortunately, we've lost those runaway productions. And I think that having the film festival here kind of is a reminder in Hollywood for people to say, okay, we can go and shoot in the Bahamas. Another side job of mine is I'm producing film. And so, I find myself a networker. When I started the film festival, I put writers, directors, programmers, investors, cameramen. It's like a conference of film, and you come together in the Bahamas, and at the Bahamas International Film Festival, and you mix and mingle, and you never know who you're going to meet. The Nicolas Cage, the Sean Connerys, the Johnny Depp, Lawrence Fishburne, all the people we've met that we've honored here. People are able to rub shoulders with and to engage in future opportunities. As have projects together. And so there's a lot of opportunity for people to learn how to break into the industry as an actor, director, producer, writer. This is the Bahamas International Film Festival is your festival.
It has grown over the years, hasn't it?
It has grown.
I watched several films, and I have been following the films over the years, and the number of people who travel to the Bahamas for this is absolutely amazing.
And we've studied that. We've had I think $25 million economic impact into the country. I mean, you can just imagine when Johnny Depp was here at the Balmoral, we honored him, 800 people came. He not only bought himself, he bought his publicist, his groomer, his makeup artist, his friends, about 6 of them on his private plane, and then he stayed on his yacht. And then, Nicolas Cage came here. You can imagine the spend, the meals, the limos, the flight, the hairdressing, everything, all of the economic spend into the country. We're really happy that we've put a dent into the economy of sorts. And a lot of people would say, well, so what is the return? When Nicolas Cage was here, I recall a wealth management company having the opportunity to create some business with him, and he was able to buy a castle in Germany and another property in Lifer Key. So, if it wasn't for the film festival, these opportunities would never come about. And actually, it's not just about the stars. It's not about the amount of money that comes in. We actually go into the schools and we teach children how to make film in a day. So we've taught 800 students since 2005 how to make film. This is our last week of 3-week program that we've partnered with University of Georgia, RBC, IRCA, and Sandyport on this youth film workshop, and we've taken it larger, so we're teaching BTVI and the public. So if anyone who was interested, they would have signed up, and they would see their finished project. We have like 6 films that will premiere out of the film workshop at the film festival, in addition to our 33 other feature films and 63 other short films.
So these 6 films were made here by amateur
yes.
actors and photographers.
We went to Kepran International Academy, BTVI, Windsor Prep, Government High School, and then we opened it to the public, and the public course made 2 films. So, we have to continue to engage in creating new career paths, because, and film is one of them. We can just have so much history. Walking down in your studio, the amount of talent, Shirley Bassey, Count all of the legendary people that have come across our shores. We have so much wealth. Why not document it in film? And why not educate our people how to make film, rather than bringing in the runaway productions on making the film about the Bahamas? This is a way to empower and create pride in our country again, through telling stories through film.
And you spoke a little bit about the economic impact here, but it is also a great marketing tool for the Bahamas outside the country.
Yes. Well, when we had Johnny Depp, $14 million worth of PR value was blasted around the world. And I say that because CNN, Headline News, Entertainment Tonight, the list goes on. We have all over Europe. I remember one of the wealth management companies, who was a sponsor, Lumba Odidere Hinge, one of his colleagues called and said, "Gosh, I just saw your company sign behind Johnny Depp, and that PR value in Switzerland, that reaches the world." So that's something that tourism could not have purchased. The PR value and the advertisement value. We actually, it's a nonprofit organization, but we go out to trades and we invite the press to come to the film festival for programming reasons. And your company, I'm sure, is interested in purchasing content, and this is your way to actually meet the filmmakers and say, "I'd love your film. Can we show it on JCN?" Or provide. You nurture this kind of this add value for your brand, in this case, the Bahamas.
So you've been a great ambassador of the Bahamas Film Festival, doing a great work in terms of publicizing the Bahamas. You're going to Harbour Island now. This is just...
And everywhere that the filmmakers go, they talk about the Bahamas International Film Festival. Last year we received the 25th coolest film festival in the world by Moving Pictures magazine. And that's really cool. That's something that when you have these filmmakers coming in, and you show them amazing hospitality, you introduce them to Bianca and Mr. Jones, oh my gosh, they're they're great. And when Anna Nicole Smith lived here, we showed a film of hers called Illegal Aliens, and the producer of that film said, you know, I've been everywhere with my film. I went to the Cannes Film Festival, and I'm treated better in the Bahamas than I am at Cannes. That is such great advertisement value. The amount of people like Johnny Depp, Nicolas Cage, Lawrence Fishburne, Daryl Hannah, Roger Corman, Anna Faris, Heather Graham, Danny Glover, Cicely Tyson, and this year Dylan McDermott. I mean, we have had so many amazing people. If they just say, we went to the Bahamas International Film Festival, you know who else is going to want to come?
Very good. Let's take a break here on our program. And Leslie Vanderpool, who is the founder of the Bahamas International Film Festival, is here today along with Bianca Nygaard. And Bianca has been securing a whole lot of wonderful guests for our show. We take this break. We'll come right back.